All right, Buff Nation. Hope you guys are doing well. Looks like we got a Christmas present delivered today. Tawfiq Byard has committed to the Colorado Buffaloes and Coach Prime. How about that, guys? So I'm gonna get into it, what this means. Y'all be sure to let me know your thoughts. Smash that like and subscribe. And again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. Hope you guys are getting time with your family and loved ones. But let's go ahead and dive into the news. I mean, if you haven't seen, it's on Twitter. It's official here. Hayes Fawcett put it out there. USF transfer safety Tawfiq Byard has committed to Colorado. 6'1", 200-pound safety, totaled 54 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, fumble recovery, and a pick this season. 3 years of eligibility remaining. Wow. I think he comes in here and is definitely one of the favorites to start at safety. No doubt about it. And yeah, this is a huge get. Hey, shout out to Guru. Shout out to Guru chat. All that. You love to see it. And Adam Munster Tigers pointing this out. Graded out as 73.8 in the transfer report or on PFF. Coming up here as a G5 commit. I think he's going to make a great transition out here to Colorado. Hey, Merry Christmas, says Andy. But let's go ahead and get into some more of the specifics here. With on 3 or 24/7 rather, now have him as a Colorado commit, rated 86 overall in the transfer portal. And now, hey, well, I think we're putting together a pretty good little class. I mean, wouldn't you say so? Let's go ahead and scroll through here. See where they got Byard at. They got him right here. I guess they got this. I don't even know how they put this up, but Tawfiq Byard, in addition to Jaheim Otis, defensive lineman, Zach Atkins, tight end, Kane Salter, quarterback, Gabriel Lightfoot, defensive lineman, Carter Miller, guard center, Joseph Williams, wide receiver, Aki Ogunbaye. I'll get it down. More so an interior offensive lineman rather than a tackle, but can play tackle. Buck Buchanan, kicker. Reggie Hughes, linebacker. Makari Vickers, safety. And Damon Greaves, punter, coming over here from Kansas. So I think that hey, 12 players into this transfer portal class. I think things are looking pretty solid. And let's go ahead and pull up like what the overall rankings are here for the transfer portal before I get into some of the specifics about Tawfiq Byard. You can see here, where are we? Number 16. We'll continue to go up. Doesn't seem like they have this fully updated on the website, but nonetheless, let's continue on. Again, this year, like we talked about just a minute ago on Twitter, I mean, was incredibly productive. 52 total tackles on the year, only 8 missed. He had 3 pressures, 2 sacks. Also, in terms of coverage, he had an interception, gave up no touchdowns. So that's really, really great. And truly a guy that I think can kind of play that Shiloh role. I think brings a little bit more speed to the room as well. So I feel great having Tawfiq Byard back there with Carter Stoutmeyer, Makari Vickers, Savion Riley, RJ Johnson. I think that's a really good group. And we'll see if we're able to add Ethan O'Connor now, who we hosted this past weekend from Washington State. Hopefully that would be great. But yeah, he graded out really, really well. Like Adam pointed out, 72.9 on the year, 77.6 in run defense, and 69.3 in coverage. Again, 3 years of eligibility, redshirted in 2023. And how could I forget this, guys? Tawfiq Byard. You might say, hey, where have I heard that last name, Byard? Younger brother of Kevin Byard, all-pro NFL safety. So he's got the NFL genes in his blood. That's great to hear and see. And, hey, makes sense of why Colorado was on the radar with the pro-type atmosphere we got going on. We beat out Vanderbilt as well as LSU for him, which is awesome. And, hey, we're going to need some people in the comments to eat some crow, because I think even whether it was earlier today or yesterday, I mean, y'all were saying he's going to Vandy. Man, Come on now. Nah, comes to the Buff 6'1", 191 pounds. Yeah, a guy that can do a little bit of everything. And look at where he lined up. I mean, lined up out on the edge for 44 snaps, lined up in the box 241 snaps this year, 175 at traditional free safety, 50 snaps in the slot, and 10 snaps on boundary corner. Incredibly versatile. I think Robert Livingston is going to feast with a player like Tawfiq Byard here in Colorado. I think that this is a guy I think who's going to come in here and start and going to put up really, really good numbers. And he's going to help solidify this secondary as the last line of defense, of course, against the run. I think we have some really solid tacklers back there right now, Byard and Stoutmire being two of them. And again, 52 total tackles this year as a secondary player. You can't ignore that. And USF, I think they're playing in their bowl game. They're playing in the Hawaii Bowl right now. But anyways, he's coming out here to Boulder. This is a fantastic get. I would say, like, right now, when we look at who we got on transfers, I think that this is a really good first quarter of the transfer portal season. Damon Greaves, would say he's a starter. I'd say Reginald Hughes will be a starter as well. Buck Buchanan, he'll start as at least the kickoff guy, I think. Joseph Williams, another starter. We'll see what happens with Carter Miller, Gabriel Lightfoot, all those guys. I think Jaheim Otis profiles as a starter. Right now, Zach Atkins is like the only tight end right now in the room with a heartbeat that isn't a freshman. So definitely see him as a starter. I see both Caden Salter and Tawfiq Byard as starters as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys that if they're not starting, they're playing a very nice role for us. And again, I think we're going to get contributions from all these guys that have been brought in the early period. I think that we're off to a really good start. And 12 in, we got 16 transfers out. So you guys know we're going to add a ton of more guys. We'll see who's the next. I'm hoping it's Ethan O'Connor, but love to see this happening. I know Twitter's really pumped up about it, as am I. Let me go back here really quick. I thought I had this saved. Oh, well. Colorado's potential secondary in 2025. This is according to Scott Proctor over with DNVR now. Colton Hood, DJ McKinney starting on the boundaries. Preston Hodge would look to return now, having that JUCO year of eligibility reinstated so he can play next year. Tawfiq Byard over at strong safety and Carter Stoutmire at free safety. And I really would love Byard in that strong safety role. I think that would suit him really well. Again, this is just according to Pro Football Focus. I'll need to turn on the L22, but some games had him as the starting free safety. Others had him as the starting strong safety, but nonetheless, like, an incredibly versatile player. I think somebody, again, when you're taking most of your snaps in the box, that's really, really interesting. And I think that he could kind of play that Shiloh Sanders type role. I think that's really, really cool. So huge addition to the secondary, to the defense, no doubt about it. Well, where do we go now? It's going to be fun to find out, but glad we got a little early Christmas present here on Christmas Eve. Again, hope you guys are having a wonderful day and evening, and it's been great. I know my Christmas has been great so far. TTN. O'Connor's next up. Hey, yes, don't sleep on Zach Atkins. He's got slick wheels. You're absolutely right. I love Zach Atkins. He was one of the first guys I was pumped up about to see that we offered him. He even sent me a DM when I did a video about him. He said, "Thanks, man." I said, "Absolutely. Hope your recruiting goes well. Your recruitment goes well. But you know where I want you at." And really pumped to see that he's in Colorado. But yeah, outside of Zach Atkins, just not a lot of production right now. But yeah, I'll see what I can find on some USF, like all 22 type stuff. We'll have to see. Let me see here. Yeah, I love the USF pipeline, the Florida pipeline. It's great. Almighty Law, how are you doing? That's right. Younger brother of Kevin Byard, man. Really good safety. All pro, multiple all pro, if I remember correctly. Yeah, don't give a damn. Byard is an automatic starter. That's how I would see it right now. Rodney Freeman. I saw a comment that mentioned Nyland Green. So let me look him up right now. Out of Purdue, 6'1", 224 pounds, or 200. What am I saying? 168 pounds. I'm reading something wrong here. All right, let's see. Nyland Green. What about him? Well, let's see here. Uh, man, 34.9 coverage grade. What was going wrong at Purdue? I mean, Purdue was real bad this year, so yeah, maybe their defensive line was just getting no push. I don't know. But yeah, reception percentage, 56.8. That's great. 44 or 25 of 44. You'll take that. Gave up 3 touchdowns, but had 6 pass breakups, 5 penalties, mainly a boundary corner. Um, yeah, I wonder what kind of went wrong for him this year. Maybe you guys can speak to that, but it looks like he started his career off at Georgia and in a part-time role seemed to have some success. Still looking for that first career interception. I wonder why his grades were so bad, but I do love to see the 6 pass breakups and the low reception percentage. I think that's great. I mean, yeah, 480 yards when on the year when you're playing 460 snaps. I want it fully look into just the grades. A couple sacks on the year, so that's cool. Honestly, how I see it right now, we got Colton Hood, DJ McKinney, Preston Hodge as our main 3. We bring in Ethan O'Connor. Oh man, we're set for the long term. But Nyland Green could be one of these other depth pieces that, again, we don't want our secondary to be feasted on or have to put young guys out there before we're ready if we're dealing with some injury, right? So, yeah, I don't hate bringing a guy here with some experience in the SEC, Big Ten that has had some success. Um, not everybody that we're going to bring in is going to be a starter, obviously. But hey, I like the measurables. You guys know I'm more of a measurables kind of guy than totally disregarding them. And I feel like normal college football programs or NFL programs, I mean, might differ on the physical archetype of certain positions that they go after, but I feel like they usually have a type to an extent. Not to say you can't break the mold every now and then, but yeah, sure, I'm open to it. I'm not too picky. We have a handful of roster spots to fill. How about Nyland Green? Yeah, this is a huge pickup. Let's see. There was a comment here about Salter that I wanted to get to. Big BTGG TV saying Salter is a just in case because Juju's hand. He also may start 3 games. Salter's cool, but I don't know. I'd be more excited if we got Kyron. Uh, I feel like they're kind of like the same type of player to an extent. Kyron's completion percentage is probably around what Salter's is too, but both those guys are big play quarterbacks. And I've done one film room on him from 2023 when he kind of had a little bit better of a supporting cast. Again, was responsible for almost 4,000 all-purpose yards, if I remember correctly, his 2023 season at Liberty. Again, I think it's going to be a competition, no doubt about it. But I will kind of put my money on the guy who has been starting for like 3 years right now and just has that veteran college experience. Hey, if Juju is, ready week 1, let's do this thing. If he beats out a veteran quarterback like Salter, heck yeah, that is absolutely great news for us. Great news for him. Great news for the program. But yeah, I'm not going to discount Salter. I think that he's a really interesting quarterback. And for him to have 1 year left and want to come out here and do it, I think that speaks to the competitor that he is. And I think that he could change and really help the the rushing attack of this team, as well as still offer that big playability down the field. So I think some of what he was being asked to do at Liberty, some of that always doesn't always lend itself towards having a high completion percentage. But yeah, we'll have to see how it all shakes out. Either way, BTGG TV. I'm rooting for both of the guys, and I just want the best quarterback to play. We might differ on who we think that is, but I just hope that whoever the guy is, Buff Nation can rally around that person and not just get into all this quarterback controversy if one of them starts struggling immediately. I don't want that. All right, let's take a look at Peter Woods here. AG Warren says from Clemson, it would be a long shot, but CU needs to send the house. I saw you guys, some of you guys were asking about, oh man, the Alabama running back, Justice Haynes. Looks like he committed to Michigan with what I would imagine is a very large payday. So that kind of confirms my thoughts on, or yeah, just my expectation that Justice Haynes was kind of going to price himself out of CU's range a little bit. Peter Woods. Let me get to that before I get too distracted. Let's check out Peter Woods. Edge. Okay. We got an edge in the room. I'm about it. Thank you, AG. Okay. Says it would be a long shot, but nice frame 6'3, 315. As an edge player? Does he play on the interior a little bit? Okay, yeah, can play inside. I imagine that's more so where we would have him, but also is lined up out on the edge. Okay. 6'3", 315 pounds, like I said. 3 sacks, 20 pressures on the year. I like that. And 30 tackles. Okay, I like it. 30 tackles, I'm about it. Anything else? 20 stops on the year. So when 2/3 of your tackles are coming to stop an opposing offense's drive, hey, sounds like he plays his best when the pressure's on in the game. Hey, I like that. No doubt about it. Man, 81.3 in the run, 73.1 in the pass. I mean, 83.3 overall defensive grade. Yes, please. I guess he would have a couple more years of eligibility. Peter Woods. All right. Hey, whatever happened to Peter, the guy who trolls us? Man, he's never in here anymore, man. I guess we're just too good now. Man, yeah, I'm about it. I'm about it, AG Woods. We'll see what transpires, but man, this would be a lot of fun. No doubt about it. We're not even touching this. We're not even touching this. No, it's Christmas. Yeah, Landon Lee, Shadorn Travis's final game in my city, the perfect ride off into the sunset. Yes, 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 yes. If you guys don't know, I moved to San Antonio a few months ago, so gonna be at the game on Saturday. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Um, KC Concepcion is playing. I don't think he's gonna commit. He might not commit till after the new year. I mean, we'll have to see. I guess we're in a dead period right now for visits. But yeah, I still feel like we're in decent standing with him, right? I mean, we're still one of these schools that offered him, but your guess is as good as mine right now on where we go with that. But good news is, I think there are always plenty of really good wide receivers we can go after, which is awesome. Prime Sports Media, man, we're overdue for a stream. We got to remember to get together this off season. Thank you so much for the $4 super. Merry Christmas really does mean a lot. Y'all go check out Prime Sports Media. We've done a couple shows together, I believe, and he does a great job. Great long form videos and a lot of information. He does a lot of prep and really appreciate what he's adding to Colorado YouTube. It's fantastic. Vickers going to be great, but he's kind of a wild card just because he just hasn't been healthy. Hey, thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Definitely a big pickup for us. Hey, Peter Woods isn't even in the portal. Are we are we tampering? Is that what we're doing now? If so, I'm about it. Cameron Seldon with Tennessee. If he comes out here, that would be a lot of fun, man. Yeah, and again, don't just look out at the completion percentage when it comes to Caden Salter, man. The guy's got some great traits, and yeah, you guys want to complain about not having a run game, myself included. How about we get a quarterback that is a true dual threat? Caden Salter is just like that, man. I like it. Yeah, y'all make sure to smash that like, hey, really do appreciate it. Subscribe. Yeah, this is a relationship free channel. We're not talking about Travis Hunter and his fiance ever. So just keeping this thing strictly football related. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it shakes out, Benzo. Yeah, he threw 2 picks his first game, by the way. Okay, I know. 15 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, thrown below 60%. But all I'm saying is watch the games. And I don't see how you can't be excited about him coming into the quarterback room. Uh, hey, whatever quarterback we get starting, I think they're going to be better because of this competition. But I'll just put my money on the veteran right now, but I just want what's best for CU. Yeah, yeah, we're keeping this Buffs, not David talks relationships like Des Bryant, some of these other weirdos on the internet. So yeah, hopefully Connor's up next. We'll have to see. Hopefully we can get another tight end with a heartbeat. That would be great. And we'll have to see where we go from here. But guys, gonna get out of here. Gonna enjoy the rest of my Christmas Eve as you guys should as well. So, hey, let me know what you think in the comments if you're watching the replay, what you make of Tawfiq Byard coming out here. Got some all pro NFL safeties, in the DNA, He's bringing that out here to Boulder, and we beat out some SEC schools for this gentleman. So that's really awesome to see. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I'm sure I'll be back tomorrow. Go Buffs.